Any volunteer to light a candle? Anyone else? The last candle. Please be seated. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Before we start the meditation, let's do our chanting. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo Tasse Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhasse. Namo Tasse Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhasse. Namo Tasse Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhasse. The three refuges. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Dutiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Tatiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Tatiyampi Sangham saranang gacchami. The 5 precepts. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinnādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Kāmesu micchācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Suramēraya majja pamādatthāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iddipito bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vidyācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Sattā deva manusānaṁ buddho bhagavati. Homage to the Dhamma. Swākkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akāliko ehi passiko upanayiko paccattam veditabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujjupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Sāmīci patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugani Attha purisa punggala ඊස භගවතු ශාවක සංඝෝ ආවුනීයෝ පාවුනීයෝ දක්ඛිනීයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක් කෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති sadhu sadhu sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ganatharappaditene දීපේන තමදං සිනා තිලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං. Offering of incense. ගන්ධ සම්භාර යුත්තේන දූපේනාහං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයං තං පූජා භාජන මුත්තමං. Offering of flowers. වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහි පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලබාමි මොක්ඛං පුප්පං නිලායාති යතා ඉදං මේ කායෝ තථායාති විනාශ භාවං. Offering of water. අධිවාසේතු නුභන්තේ පානීයං පරිකම්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Offering of drinks. අදිවාසේතු නොභන්තේ ඊලාන පංචයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Worship of shrines. වන්දාමි චේතියං සම්බං සම්බධානේසු පතිට්ඨිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Ikjeva manchanta namakse reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made other. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of things. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made other. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like linking in a moving car. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good evening, everyone. We welcome all our spiritual friends for our meditation, both our friends who are joining through YouTube and also our friends in person. Wednesday, this is the day of meditation for us. So you decided to come to this center, this place, to spend few minutes in practicing meditation. Here, we are going to be practicing mainly two techniques of meditation. First, we are practicing loving kindness meditation, which helps to purify our mind, generating loving kindness thoughts within ourselves. Then we spend few minutes observing our breath as a silent meditation, breathing meditation. For that purpose, you are here. So, before we start our meditation, we did our chanting. We have made our physical background peaceful. You are already in a calm environment. Now, before we pay our attention to start the meditation, first you can rejoice yourself. The decision that you have made to participate in this meditation, to come to this wholesome space and spend observing yourself, observing your own mind, observing your own thoughts. So you are dedicating this time for your own spiritual progress in your life. First, rejoice yourself. Appreciate the decision that you have made to come to this center and practice meditation. Take a moment. Take a moment to appreciate yourself. Deeply appreciating yourself. Rejoicing the decision you have made to come to this meditation. Now you can make a determination which helps to practice your meditation well. The determination is that I will engage in a committed practice. I will make use of this wholesome guidance, this wholesome gathering, this wholesome space. I'll engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, you can listen to the bell, and after the bell, let's do our regular chanting. Namo Buddhaya. Namo, pay homage, Buddhaya, to the Buddha. The sound of the bell and the chanting will help you to settle your mind and relax your body. Until the very end of the sound of the bell and the chanting, be with the sounds. Namo Buddhaya. Now you are in a meditative posture. You can adjust your body into a comfortable meditative posture. You can keep your body upright. Both palms are resting on your lap, right palm on the left palm. You can keep your both eyes closed gently and chin somewhat parallel to the floor. This is your meditative posture. Try to maintain this motionless posture until the end of the meditation. If you feel you want to change your posture, you can do it slowly and mindfully. Now you can feel this body, feel this posture, how you are sitting. Either way, on a cushion or on a chair. From the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Feel the entire body and relax the body. Relax the body. Relax the body. You can feel your feet or lower legs. If you are sitting on a cushion, you can feel your lower legs and feet and toes, how they are touching the cushion or the floor. The touching sensation in the feet. Feel both knees, upper legs, and feel where your body meets the cushion or the chair. How the muscles are pressed. Feel your back muscles, belly muscles, chest muscles. Feel both your shoulders and relax. Relax the body. Feel your upper arms, lower arms, palms, fingers, and fingertips. Feel around your neck area. Facial muscles and forehead. If you feel any pressure on your forehead, on your face, just drop down them and relax. You can invite a gentle smile into your face and relax your facial muscles. Relax the body. Relax the body. Relax the body. Feel your relaxed body. being in this relaxed posture. Now you can observe your mind, your present mind. Just observe. You no need to struggle to control or to change any of these thoughts which are occurring in your mind right now. What you are doing is just observing the thoughts, the natural thoughts. You are experiencing your present naked mind. What is going on there? Thoughts, various types of thoughts are occurring one after the other. Quickly your mind jumps into past or future, or some thoughts are occurring related to present, what you are experiencing now. Some thoughts are positive, some are not. Notice all these thoughts. You are not cultivating any of these thoughts. You are not following any of these thoughts. Being in this present moment, what you are doing is just noticing. This is your mind. This is your natural mind. Observing the thoughts you experience and understand the nature of the thoughts, the nature of your mind. Now you can generate whatever thought that you wish to generate in your mind. A wholesome, positive thought. The wholesome thought we are generating in this meditation is loving kindness, loving friendliness, universal friendliness, goodwill, wishing everyone else to be well, to be happy, to be peaceful, loving kindness. What a beautiful thought that you can generate. First, you are generating loving kindness wishes for you. Making loving kindness thoughts for yourself. You need your loving kindness, loving caring. Your body, your mind as well. Following the guidance, mentally repeating, you can generate loving kindness thoughts for you. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. 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 May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. Generating loving kindness thoughts. You can radiate loving kindness throughout your body. Your body needs your loving kindness, loving caring. You can appreciate, you can deeply appreciate the support of each and every parts of the body, each and every systems, internal organs, internal functions of the body. Deeply appreciating, radiate loving kindness throughout your entire body. Feel the skin, the largest organ of the body. Radiate loving kindness throughout the skin of the body. May the skin of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Penetrate in the skin, radiate loving kindness to the muscles and the bones in your body. May the muscles of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. The bones, large bones, tiny bones of your body. May the bones of this body be healthy, be healthy, Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. Feel all the systems and the internal function of the body. Even right now, they are functioning for you to maintain your healthy life. Deeply appreciate the support of all these systems in your body, all the internal organs of your body. Feel the respiratory system of your body, the respiratory system, the vital function of the body. May the respiratory system of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May the cardiovascular system of this body, cardiac muscles of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May the digestive system of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May the genitourinary system of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May the nervous systems of this body, the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Feel all the sensory organs, sensory faculties, including the brain, and radiate your loving kindness. The eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue. May all these sensory faculties of this body be healthy, be healthy, Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. Enjoy the loving kindness generated by yourself within you. Observe your purified mind, full of loving kindness. Now you can expand your loving kindness beyond yourself. The same genuine loving kindness thoughts to everyone else. Your loving kindness is boundless, no limits, without exception. You can extend your loving kindness to everyone else. The same genuine loving kindness wishes, likewise, you did for you. You can share your loving kindness thoughts with the friends who are with you right here, who are meditating with you, who are generating the same loving kindness. Make your loving kindness wishes to the friend who are next to you. Share your loving kindness with the friends who are joining to this meditation. May these friends who are meditating with me be well, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May all of these spiritual friends who are meditating with me be safe, be happy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Expand your loving kindness more and more. The same genuine loving kindness to others. to your family members, to your relatives, to the friends, to the neighbors, co-workers, to everyone else that you know you have met in your life. May all of them be well, be happy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. May all of them, family members, relatives, friends, neighbors, be safe, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. You are extending your loving kindness not only to the people that you know, not, not only to human beings, to all beings living near or far, visible or invisible, to all beings living in every directions. Now you are extending your loving kindness into the direction of your front, covering all beings living in the direction of your front, in the direction of your back, left, right, above and below. May all beings living in every directions be well, be happy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. May all beings living in every directions, anywhere else in this world, in this universe, may receive my loving kindness. May all of them be safe, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Now observe your present mind. It is relaxed and peaceful. Feel that peace and relaxation. With your relaxed and peaceful mind, now you can move to observe the breath. Mindful breathing. Try to keep your awareness in between your upper lip and nostrils, where you can easily feel the wind of the breath going in and coming out, in breath and out breath. And take a long breath, the deep breath, slowly and slowly breathe out while feeling your nostrils and relaxing the body. And start observing your breath. Be with your breath. Mindfully breathe in and mindfully breathe out. In these last few minutes, make a full effort to be with the breath. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out. dukkhappattāc nidukkha bhayappattāc nibbhaya sokappattāc nisukha hontu sabbepi paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. And take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have this meditation in our life. And deeply feel grateful to all the enlightened masters and the teachers in the past who passed this teaching, this wisdom, this practice from generation to generations. And you can appreciate the guidance and the instructions that you received for your meditation. Deeply feel grateful to the people who are taking care of this place, who cleaned and arranged this place for you to sit comfortably for your meditation. Being at your home, if anyone help you to practice this meditation, deeply appreciate their support. Even the support of these non-living things that we received for our meditation. Deeply appreciate the support. Feeling deeply grateful and appreciating the support. Let's say sadhu 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Now it is our discussion time. Bhante Pema is joining from somewhere else. He's time to time he's joining from Sri Lanka and somewhere else. We don't know whether from where he's joining today. Let's ask Bhante.
Yes, Bhante. Greetings to each and every one of you.
Just a minute, Bhante. We cannot hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, Bhante. Yeah.
Okay, greetings to each and every one of you. So I'm greetings from State College, not very far. And I'm so glad to join you. I'm sorry that I have been traveling even after I returned from Sri Lanka. But I had an invitation to give a public lecture and a guest lecture here at the Penn State University. So today, actually, I had 2 academic programs and 1 spiritual program. So that's why I'm here. But I'm so glad that that you all are practicing, and I would like to join you with our discussion now. So is it clear, Bante?
Yeah. Yes, Bante, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, so here actually I gave a public lecture on Buddhist responses to COVID-19 in Sri Lanka. So that was when I was in Sri Lanka, what I observed, how people, what was the Buddhist kind of responses to COVID-19. But then there was a spiritual program this morning, not in a classroom or a public, not in a classroom, but there's a spiritual center here at Penn State. It's a very interesting place, and students can come and meditate and do any contemplative practices in their spiritual center. So I had the program this morning there. So I would like to share what I discussed with them today. Is also related to our theme. So we are discussing similes of the Buddha, right, Bante? So are we still discussing the similes of the Buddha?
Yes, Bante, we did. I think last week also we talked about similes.
Yeah. So today, one of the discussion we did was actually, what are the techniques taught by the Buddha to manage our anger. So anger is a very common emotion that we all are experiencing. Maybe it can be the most frequently experienced emotions, in our life. So we had that discussion how to manage anger, and I shared with them very important discourse of the Buddha. We call it in a sutra on subduing hatred or anger. We call Aghata Pativinaya Sutta. Of course, there are 5 similes given there. How we can deal with a person who is irritating, who is maybe behaving in a way that we cannot approve. So how we can deal with such a person. So I would like to share maybe 1 simile today. Maybe I think 1 simile will be enough for today. So one advice, one way that we can deal with the person whose behavior is irritating to us. It's actually try to find some other aspect of that person, because here the Buddha explains that if someone is irritating, maybe we have to think about sometimes people are irritating in terms of their speech. Some people may have harsh way of speaking, very sharp words, and they may be sometimes even abusive. So some people are really bad, really bad and unskillful in their speech. But then of course, whenever we are with that person, whenever we meet that person, we may have some unpleasant experiences, and we may be irritated, with that behavior, and we be, even hurt from that behavior, and then we develop anger. So in that case, the advice is actually maybe pay attention to the other aspects of that person. Sometimes, some people can be irritating in one aspect, but there can be other qualities in that person too. So in this particular discourse, Buddha is saying that if someone is very bad in his or her speech, maybe when it comes to physical behavior, and when it comes to how that person really do things, maybe there can be some goodness in that person, how that person is behaving in his body. Some people's mouth can be sharp, but when they really perform, when they really work, maybe they can be more responsible. Maybe they are really taking taking the responsibilities, and they may be honest in their performing of the duties. So we can focus on that, and by doing that, and that's one way we can actually while admitting or accepting that that person has an irritable, irritating behavior in terms of the speech, but at least this person, when he physically behaves, that person has some goodness. So that's a technique. What actually, and then the simile given here actually, Buddha is giving the simile to monks. He's giving an ancient simile because during the time of the Buddha, monks prepared their robes by collecting trash clothes, the clothes that was thrown away. I think in the 6th century BCE, we didn't have that many clothes around. People, I mean, the production of clothes were not that advanced at that time in any part of the world. So the clothes were not clothes were rare. So the monks will go around and find trash clothes, clothes that were thrown away. It could be dirty clothes, even clothes that were used to wrap the dead bodies. So they will collect all the trash clothes and the dirty clothes, and then they will still find clean parts of those trash clothes. They will find the usable parts of those trash clothes, and they will cut those useful parts or those clean parts and throw away the unclean parts or dirty parts. And then they collect those clean parts of the cloth, maybe good parts of the cloth, and they collect them, and then they prepare their robes. And that's how originally the robes were made. Even today, actually, of course, now we have enough supply of clothes. We don't have to go around and collect trash clothes to make our robes. But even right now, if you look at our own robe, you can see even today our cloth is a patchwork. So today, these days, we will buy clothes, good clothes, but then when we prepare a robe, you will cut the cloth into pieces and then put them back again as a patchwork. And that's how you make a robe even nowadays, following that tradition. The simile here is actually just like, when you find trash clothes, they are thrown away, they are dirty, they are not pleasant, they are bad, but it's still in these trash clothes, there could be parts that can be still useful. There could be parts that are not dirty. There could be parts that we can separate and use. So, and Buddha said, just like that, there could be people, who will be really unpleasant and really difficult to be with, and very irritating, irritable. But there could be some aspects of these people that could be pleasant, that could be, that we can admire. So if someone is making us angry or unhappy, that doesn't mean that that's the only behavior, the only part of that person's personality. So the advice here is that in order to subdue our anger, that, whenever we have a irritable person, whenever we have a person who is difficult to be with, and focus on some goodness in that person. We can ask, is that all? That person hurt me. That person has the way of speaking that always, push my buttons, and maybe that person is always using these harsh words, and it's really hurtful. Of course, it's not pleasant. Maybe, we can, find a time to tell this person, can you really speak in another way? We can do that. But in order to even have such a discussion, we have to have some kind of, good image of that person. So what we can do, according to this course, is that try to think about some goodness in that person, and because any person can be irritable, But at the same time, we need to think about, is that all in that person? Like maybe, a few days ago, one of your friends ignored you, Maybe, send you a text that is really hurtful, and you're angry. And what usually happens in our mind that, we focus only on that aspect, that unpleasant part, and then we will try to bring all the memories that are connected to that unpleasantness, how that person even behave in the same unpleasant way in many months ago, previous ago. Our mind is so good in collecting and putting together all the memories, the related memories, just like in the search engine in the Google, our mind is very good in connecting all the bad memories and then create a very bad image of that person, as if that person is only bad, only negative. That's the only expression of that person. But in advice is that in that case, say some person send you a hurtful text or something, it's irritable, okay. But then we take a time, is that all? Is this the only interaction that I had with you? Were there any other pleasant interaction that I had? Were there any other moments that this person helped me previously? And so you try to think about the opposite evidence, maybe other evidence. It's more like expanding our perspective and try to find, other interaction that I had with that person. Was there any moment that he was good to me, he was kind to me? And when you think about all these, if we have, those, good moments, that will help us to subdue our anger, not to deny that person was hurtful, that person's behavior was hurtful, not to deny that person's had this bad habit of, hurting others, but to have more holistic view of that person. And just even a trash cloth can have a good part in it. So any bad person, so to speak, any irritable person can have some goodness in that person. Just focusing on this goodness will help us to expand our perspective and have a kind of holistic view of that person that will enable us to subdue our anger and then enable us to interact with that person again. And maybe in the second stage, we can even tell that person how hurtful was that. And then we can even tell that person, maybe share that with that person, then even guide him not to do that. But before we do that, we have to calm ourselves down, and we have to protect ourselves. We have to save ourselves. So the simile is that, that's an interesting simile that, I personally have benefited a lot, from this teaching, because, there can be, moments that, people hurt us, people, not only people, even incidents, even events, that can be really, hurtful. But then, and our tendency of our mind is that we can be so very biased when it comes to, anger. So the advice here is to take a moment, observe your irritation, and take a moment, and then purposefully expand our perspective and try to see whether there are any other behavior of this person that I can admire, and then try to create a more holistic view perspective of that person, and that will save ourselves first. That will help us to subdue our anger, our burning sense, our fire inside, and that will help us first. And then it will give us an energy and even clarity of the mind to engage with that person more. Engage with that person more fruitfully. So the simile is that how we can even use good parts in a trash clothes. So any person who's having irritable behavior, any unpleasant behavior, can have a good aspect of that person. Focusing on these other aspects can help us to, manage our anger. What do you think? Do you have many trash clothes around you?
It's kind of funny. Well,
Yes.
talking to somebody today and about my father, and we didn't have a good relationship, but what you just said kind of reconciled the fact that I can see there was goodness in him. It wasn't all bad, because I was having a hard time struggling with that. But that kind of resonated with me. Thank you, Bante.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Jim. Yeah, I think. I think the problem with our relationship is that when it comes to an unpleasant experience, we become so biased, and we only focus on that unpleasant experience, and as if that's the only thing that happened in our relationship, or maybe we connect similar previous incidents and then think only about that. But I think maybe if you have enough mindfulness, you take a breath and then and try to purposefully think, is that all? Is that all in our relationship? Whatever the other moments that we had previously. So it is difficult, but it takes time. But I think that is the true picture, right? I think the Buddhist explanation is that whenever we feel anger, or whenever we feel attachment, or in both cases, we have a biased perspective of our actual experience. When we are biased with the unpleasant side of the experience, we get angry. When we are biased with the pleasant aspect of that experience, we become attached to it. So in both cases, we are not really dealing with the actual reality, actual real situation. We are dealing with a very biased picture, image of that situation. So we need, some training to purposefully expand that. People are complex, right? People are complex, everyone is a package. You can have both pleasant and unpleasant parts to it. So maybe we can help others to see their unpleasant parts and then gradually change it. But I think in the beginning we just have to bring sanity to ourselves by purposefully focusing on some other good aspects of that person.
I had someone in my life that complained a lot about this, that, and everything.
Say again?
I just have someone in my life that complains about a lot about this, that, and the other thing. I hate this, that guy's a so-and-so and whatever. And sometimes it drives me crazy, and then sometimes I'll just wait until there's some silence, and then I'll say, well, now tell me something good. Tell me something good about someone. And one time he asked me, what do you mean? And I go, well, you gotta balance it out, If you're gonna give me all this negativity, you gotta give me some positivity over here.
Nobody's all negative.
Right, yeah.
Positive somewhere.
So now we can visualize a trash heap and pick the good.
Yeah. I think we should, the way we become trash to others.
Yes, Bhante, and also I feel that when you are talking about this incident, normally people are thinking even wife or husband or child or neighbor, they will be smiling forever. They will be conducting their close relationship forever. Sometimes they are thinking of like that. When we are keeping hopes like that, that relationship will be with very closely. When they are blaming us, when they are incidentally, when they use harsh words, it will be very painful to our heart, because of we are thinking always the smiling and happy word.
Our expectation.
Expectation.
Yeah. So we have to have more practical expectations, right? Yeah. Exactly, Bhante, yeah. I think what is really interesting is that in Buddha is saying that sometimes some people can be, unskillful in their verbal behavior, but they can be skillful or good in their actual physical behavior. So some people can be unskillful or irritable in their physical behavior, but they can be pleasant in their speech. So, and we had like shift our attention and see what is how about the other aspect of this person. Yeah. Like even like when you think about the not only people, even the situation, like for example, when I came to State College and it was snowing, and then of course maybe kind of unpleasant experience, right? And then so if you only focus, oh, it's snowy, so you kind of go out, maybe not many people will come to my talk, because of the snow, and you can have all these negative aspects. Just keep on thinking about that. But I take a moment to think about, I mean, maybe this snow will have a good part it too. Maybe it will maybe better for farmers to maybe have more water, or maybe it will maybe having will help people to cancel their tour to other other parts, and maybe more people will come to the talk. So you can always see the other side of the story. But it's really important when it comes to people. I mean, of course, we find when when you're living with people, when you're working with people, and we will have moments of joy, we will have moments of conflict, we have pleasant interactions, we can have unpleasant interactions. So these things can happen. And then we may experience, weakness of that person, maybe bad, habits of that person. We may also experience a good virtue, quality of that person. But in moments of anger or disappointment or frustration, and we only focus on the negative part of that person. So the way to like first get rid of that anger, that that pain, that unhealthy state of our mind is to like take a moment and purposefully, think of the other aspect. What is really important here is that we are not really fooling ourselves. What Buddha is asking us to really focus on the real other qualities. We are not really simply saying, simply fooling ourselves. We are really just focusing on the concrete qualities, concrete examples of that person. And we simply expand our perspective. That's what we want to do. It will be really challenging for us to think about some good qualities, when person, just blame you and scolded you. And when someone is scolded you, blame you, and think about, has this person ever given me a gift? Maybe it may not be a good kind of a thought that will come to your mind, but if you manage to have that thought, maybe you remember that, like last year he gave me a Christmas gift. So he was kind to me at that moment, now he's hurtful, so he has this both aspects.
The pre-image that we have created, Bhante, the preconcepts we have created about the person, the people, that will maybe create some kind of occasions to arise anger within ourselves. Because with that frame, we are looking at the person, oh, this guy did for me at that day or something like that. So completely thrown away that cloth completely. So no more to be a good thing.
I think Bhante, you use the important term called image. So in the psychology, we explain that how the origin of anger, how anger arises, is actually it start with an unpleasant image, we call patigha nimitta, right? So we can have unpleasant or disagreeable encounter with some person, and then we create an image of that person based on that unpleasant encounter, and then then how it grow into an anger is actually all the other thinking that we will do afterwards, that we call unwise thinking, right? Ayoniso manasikara. And so all the thinking that we do, like thoughts, bringing up memories, it is those thinking actually bring that unpleasant experience, and we create an image out of the unpleasant experience, and then based on that image, we keep on thinking. It is that thinking that actually bring anger to our mind. So what this sutra is doing is actually in that whole mechanism of an unpleasant experience and creating a negative image of that person, and then we keep on thinking all the negative things, and then we experience anger. So what this sutra is doing is that replace that thinking part. Instead of simply thinking only the negative things, maybe we purposefully, with effort, try to think, some other aspects of that person. And so when we change the thinking part, it will not bring us anger. And this is not necessarily about actually, like changing the other people, and maybe, that may, like change, the purpose here is actually first to reduce our anger, first to, help ourselves, save ourselves, and then helping the other person or correcting the other person would be the second step, but I would say, we will never be able to correct others, but, maybe we can help others, but that will be the next step.
I think that if you, in a situation where someone is irritating or has anger, if you approach them with compassion and try to see that you have no idea what they've gone through in their life to become that sort of person, and so you can't judge them for being that way.
Thank you. That's a very good perspective. Definitely. Actually, if you really look into the people who are maybe even aggressive, who are very unpleasant in their behavior, if you really look close into them, there's a big pain inside in them. That's very true. So I think, yes, that's a very important perspective. Whenever we see irritable, unpleasant, aggressive, behavior of any person, maybe we should train ourselves to see through that person and actually see the pain inside, what make them, that irritable, right? Yeah, I think that's a very good way of, looking at people, to have compassion. Sometimes when you show your compassion, they can melt. But I remember, that, a story. I think I have told that story many times, but I think it's worth repeating. When I remember that, the story of the pot with the crack. You remember this story, the pot with the crack? This is a story about a Chinese farmer. This farmer lived on the top of a mountain. So every day he has to carry the water from the well, which is the bottom of the hill. So he used to carry two water pots, and so he used a piece of wood, and he has these pots are hanging on the both side of the what do you call it? Both side of the stick, and then you carry water all the way up to your home. So every day he used to do that. So you come down and fill those two pots with the water, and then carry that stick which has those pots hanging on the both sides. So he used to do that, but the one pot had a crack. Therefore, when he's climbing up, that pot is always leaking. So by the time he reached the top, he only had the half of the water. So one of his friends observed that, he's using this, these two pots. One had a crack and always losing his water. And he asked, why do you want to use this pot with a crack? And why you want to do this? And then he told the friend, did you see when you're coming to my house? Did you see the steps? And did you see the one side of the steps? So when you go back and look at the one side of the steps, in this one side was full of flowers. And this the Chinese farmer told him, I knew that this pot has a crack. Instead of throwing away, I thought, accepting this, crack, this pot with the crack, and maybe try to find a meaning, find a use of it. So I always carry that stick while keeping that pot with the crack on one side. So I spread some seeds along that side. And so every day when I'm carrying this water, that the pot with the crack will, will have, the water will be dripping, and they will water those seeds. And that is why I have beautiful flowers on that side of my steps, my path. So instead of throwing away the pot with the crack, he actually tried to find a way to make use of it. So one side of the path had that full of flowers. So I think that, when we are thinking about, the people that most of us have some kind of crack. So, so most of us are actually a pot with a crack. So we are still, evolving. And so when we admit that, accept that, that will be helpful for us to, have forgiveness and compassion with other people. Sometimes you cannot simply throw away those people. You just have to find a way to be with them. And this, this farmer was so skillful. He grew flowers. Maybe that's what we had to do with, some people that we are living with. We ourselves are also not perfect. We don't see it, yeah. Okay, Bhante, I think we have come to the end of the time, right? Yeah.
Yes, Bhante. Okay. Thank you, Bhante. Thank you for this lesson and this nice simile. So we can move to the next part of our program. Next part of our program, that is transference of merits to departed relatives. Let's transfer the merits that we acquire from this practice with our departed relatives. May our relatives share our goodness. May they also be happy and rejoice our goodness. Idammi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Transference of merits to sentient beings. All the beings who accept and able to share our merits, may they do so. Ittavata ca amhehi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbe sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbe sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabbe sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world. In English, may the weather be pleasing May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be hateful. Now, this is our blessing service for you. We will be chanting the discourse on loving kindness, Karaniya Metta Sutra, originally uttered by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We wish that may you all receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. With these blessings, may you all be well, happy, receive good health and healing. And also, you can recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, relatives, friends, people who are sick. Recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicca sakko ujuca sujuca suvaco jamsa mudu anati mani santusca koca subharoca
Abbakincoca
sallamuka vunti santindriyoca nipakoca Gambo kulesu ananugindo nachakundang samacare kincine vinyu pare upavadeyum
Sukhinova
Kemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukitatta eke cipana bhutante tasava tavarava anavasesa digavaye mahantava
Majjima
Ransakanuktula dittava eva addittaye cedure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhave siva
Sabbe
Satta bhavantu sukitatta naparo parang nikumbete nati mangyete kaddhacinang kanche vyarosana patigha sanya
Nanyamanyassa
Dukkha micceya mata yatha niyang puntang ayusa eka punta manurangke evampi sambha bhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanang mettang ca
Sambha
lokasming manasang bhavaye aparimanang uddhang ado cetiriyang ca asambhadang
Averang
Asepattan tittang carang nitinnu vasayanu vayavetan sevigate mindo etang sating adinteya
Brahmameta නිමිතං
විහාරං ඉදමාහු දිට්ඨිංච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දන්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනේයගේ ධම්නයි ජාතු ගම්බසෙයං පුනරේති ඒතේන සච්ච වංජේන සොත්තිතේ හෝතු සම්බදා ඒතේන සච්ච වංජේන සම්බ රෝගෝ
විනාශසතු
ඒතේන සච්ච වංජේන සෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සබ්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං
රක්ඛන්තු
සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන තදා සොන්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන
සදා සොත්ති
භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ. Let's spend a moment of reflection. Reflect your own good deeds, kind deeds. Whenever you have done whatever kind deeds, let's rejoice those kind deeds. Please repeat after me. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings, with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Now you can recall to your mind any kind deed done by someone else, whether to you or others. Even a simple short moment. Recall those moments. Let's rejoice. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. Thank you very much for being with us for meditation, and also thank you, Bante.
You're most welcome, Bante. It's a pleasure. And there are also other people who are joining us today here. Yeah, around me there are other people who are participating in the discussion. Yeah. Okay. Look forward to see you next week. Next Wednesday I'll be there, so we can continue our discussion. Yeah. Thank you very much, Bante, for hosting this. Hosting the meditation, and I'm so glad that we have a good participation for our meditation. Yeah. Okay. See you later.
Thank you, Bante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Wish you all good health. Who are joining through YouTube, we wish you all good health.